Thanks everyone for locking in. Obviously, got Darren Randolph joining us today. So, yeah, West Ham keeper, Republic of Ireland keeper, Premier League goalkeeper, obviously. So, yeah, we're just going to get him in here. I think he's already in here. Okay, cool. He is. All right. So also, before I get him in, noobs. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. So also, before I get him in, if you do want to catch up on any of the lives, they are all on YouTube. So this one will probably be out on YouTube tomorrow. So yeah. Hi, my barbers. Yeah, listen. Yeah, I've got them good trims. Shout out Trims. He comes to my house to do it. Do you know what I mean? Don't have to go there. Let me get him in now. Here he is. Just coming in now. Absolute shock you're in here.
What's happening?
Yeah. Nothing. What's good, man?
I just heard you talking about trims. I'm waiting for him to come help me out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What, he does you as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. He did mine yesterday. It was about time because if you'd seen me, it was like everywhere.
I only spoke to him probably 2 days ago, and I said to him, it's not going to be long until I'm going to need a
little fix up.
Need a little fix up, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good, But thanks for doing this, by the way.
No problem.
Yes. So how you been, man? How you been keeping?
I'm all right. Considering we ain't been training, still have a little routine. Been given workouts to do from the club, from West Ham, so it's been easy that way. Morning routine, go for a run or a cycle, wherever that is. Come back, breakfast.
Yeah.
Another workout around lunchtime, and then probably one more workout in the evening. So I'm doing 2 or 3 a day. So as long as I'm routine and scheduled, I'm all good. Yeah.
Are your workouts like any different because you're a keeper, or just get given the same workouts like, as everyone else?
It's all individualized. So most of our stuff will be like strength and power stuff. A lot of leg work. Again, everybody has their own individual workouts. On top of that, we've been given set days and set times to go into the training ground, just literally like one by one. So you have an hour slot where it's just you in the training ground.
Oh, so you've actually been able to go into the ground then?
Yeah, it started. We did once a week last week, but it's literally just me on the pitch, and then like the physios way up the other end, just in case something happens.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're not allowed to see anybody or talk to anybody. So,
do you miss it?
Yeah, miss more so just being around the lads, having a bit of crack in like around the dressing room and just around the club.
Yeah.
And training. It's boring just training by yourself. Like, especially for me, trying to put on a goalkeeper session for myself, using rebound boards. For an hour and a half. It's just tough.
Yeah, I was about to say that because I saw a young boy, funny enough, on Twitter, who I think you've actually invited him to your academy, actually.
Yeah.
The young boy that was kicking the ball.
Kick off the ball, sorry, and then was diving after it.
Yeah. So that's what I imagine you sit there doing.
Pretty much. We have like 3 or 4 different kind of rebound boards. You got like the normal orange one where people will pass off. Then we have other like little like springy nets where they'll like ping off at different heights, different levels.
No, that's mad.
So
it's so funny. Every time I hear you speak, no matter how many times I hear you speak, I don't know why I just always feel like you're from South London.
So like, everybody gets a surprise.
I just always think you're from South London, and then
and people like they give me like a double take.
Yeah,
like, second look.
Even when I spoke to you the other week, and I was like, oh yeah, I forget this guy is actually Irish. So and you're fully like with the accent and everything. So how did it even come about? You ending up in England because you started off in Ireland, right?
Yeah, started off just playing like Sunday league from a local team. And basketball was always my favorite sport. It's like the number one sport in my family.
Yeah.
So I just played football just because my friends played, and ended up going to this tournament called the Milk Cup, which is in Northern Ireland. Went there with the Sunday League team, did well. Ended up going on trial to a few teams from there. And then my Sunday League team ended up having a link with Charlton.
Yeah.
Ended up going back and forth to Charlton on trial, and ended up signing there just when I turned 16 and moved over.
What was that like for you, coming over from Ireland and joining such a, because it is a big club. Charlton is a big club. So what was that like?
It's a big club, but it's a massive step up in terms of going from playing Sunday League to academy, where it's structured and you know, it was fun, but it was serious. And you were there to do a job and try to get to the first team.
Yeah.
So quickly realized, you know, how serious it was.
Yeah. Do you? How can I put this? Okay, now let me go back and say, what is the thing that stuck out the most about, you know, when you went to Charlton? What's the one thing you remember thinking, oh my gosh, wow?
Probably the technical side of the technical ability of other players. I was used to being like, you know, being able to save most shots my age. Like, you know, when I was under 14s, 15s, 16s, and I wasn't used to playing with players, you know, that were comfortable on the ball, were able to use 2 feet at 15, 16. And then plus, I was also bigger than most people my age in Ireland. And then I came to Charlton and, you know, got centre-backs at 16 that are like 6'4", you know, strikers that are 6'4". You know, everyone's just a lot more, they were just more physical, they were stronger.
Yeah. You see with outfield players now, you can obviously see players who are really, really good players because it's obvious in regards to their ability and everything. As a goalkeeper, are you able to look at keepers in training and be like, he's unreal? Or is it literally only when they make crazy saves that you're like, he's unreal? Is there any way to actually see how good a goalkeeper actually is beforehand?
It's similar to an outfield player. You can always see when a goalkeeper has something special. But again, like players, there's so many players that I've played with in many teams that Monday to Friday in training are unbelievable. And on a Saturday, they're like, we need you.
Yeah.
And the game may pass them by. There's other trainers, there's other players that in training, you know, I wouldn't say they'd be the worst trainers, but they wouldn't be up there at the top every day. But on a Saturday, you knew you could count on them to perform. And then with keepers, you know, everyone loves to see the top corner saves and the reflex saves and everything else, which you should be able to do as a goalkeeper. It's trying to have that consistency.
Yeah.
Week in, week out.
Yeah. Which players come to mind? Which players come to mind when you say, it's not that they're bad trainers, but in training they probably ain't anything special. But come match day, absolutely.
So name names.
Name names. Go on. Give me one. Who in training you would think, what's going on here? And then match days, because that's when it counts, to be honest. In a match. That's why I'm not going to ask you who does it in training but doesn't do it in a match. Yeah. I'm gonna ask you who in training, you know, can maybe have an average session, but come match day they just, you know, pull it out the bag.
Well, first player springs to mind when I first went to West Ham was Dimitri Payet, because he'd be able to just kind of like coast through sessions. Was never had a bad session, but you know, he'd just be coasting through sessions, and we used to play 5-a-side, and his team could be losing. Then all of a sudden, he'd just be like, "Oh, give me the ball." Before you know it, you're level, or your two goes up. And then again on a Saturday, you'd always perform.
Yeah. Was it ever? Did you ever see him do things on the pitch and just think, do you know what? This is absolutely ridiculous. Because watching it from the outside, you look at him and you're just like, stupid, absolutely stupid. Did you still have that in you, like when you watch him play on a Saturday?
Yeah. It would happen probably daily in training. There would be something in a session that he would do that you just stand there and clap. Or you go in the change room afterwards, you're like, oh, did you see what didn't he just do that there?
How tough was it when he like left West Ham on you guys?
It was tough because he was playing so well at the time. It was a massive part of obviously scoring goals and assisting goals. For the players, we're quite a big team, so it was obviously his set piece delivery for the likes of Andy Carroll, James Collins, Winston Reid, Angelo Albano was unbelievable. But obviously, you know, he ended up leaving, and it was a big blow. Be a blow to any team.
Yeah.
You know, we just had to get on with it.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Great media answer there, Grant. Excellent. But what I did want to actually say to you, and this is a compliment to you, because when I asked you if you were ready, you're telling me you just finished off your workout and everything, and I do want to compliment like the weight loss, because was that a conscious thing you decided to do? Because do you ever look back at some of your old matches and think, oh gosh, I was a bit, you know?
Yeah, people send me pictures even to this day. I get sent like old pictures from match programs, like all the time. But it was probably 2 years ago, or maybe just longer. Probably when I broke into the Irish team and I started playing. It just clicked in my head. I was like, all right, I'm actually where I want to be. So now there's certain things and sacrifices and changes I need to make. And I did that. Changed up my whole diet. A vegan now, so I don't eat no meat, no nothing. Put in like all the extra sessions, all the boring stuff that people don't see that you need to do. Is that Dicko? Great question. Yeah, all the boring stuff, you know, and literally just dedicating myself to football. So I go training, I come home, and I just be in the house, do another session, and then back to the house again.
Yeah.
So,
how big is that routine for you in regards to like your consistency levels? Because if there is one thing I will say, is that throughout your career as a goalkeeper, you have been very consistent, and it shows when even in here, a lot of your past clubs, they all ask you to come back. So, how much of your routine goes into, you know, your consistency levels?
Yeah, I do try and set routines, but for me, it's more of a mental. Well, for goalkeepers in general, it is more mental. I don't have like certain things I need to do during the week to be ready for a Saturday. You know, training wise, I need to make sure I'm ready up here. Yeah. So I'll have my little like what do you call it? Like visualization, all that kind of stuff. Obviously got a sports psychologist, so speak to him all the time. And I think as I played so many games, you find what works for you, and you know what some of the goalkeepers may need to do. They may need to work hard on a Friday and make sure they do, you know, crossing, kicking, angle shots, whatever else. I'm not like that. I'll go out there and do whatever the coach tells me to do, just because I know I'm ready for the game on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And I think it also helps that I'm quite relaxed as well.
Yeah.
So
you made your debut like some years ago. Have you noticed goalkeeping change over the years, and how have you adapted to
it? Massively. Even from back when I was in the academy at Charlton, there was no playing out from the back. It was always put the ball down in the 6-yard box. Everybody go on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, kick it long. It's only over the last few years that, you know, you start to see teams start playing out a lot more on goalkeepers needing to be able to use their feet, and a lot more goalkeeping sessions involve a lot more, not a lot more, but a lot of footwork drills and passing and working on your touch.
Yeah.
And probably now, I'm not old, I'm 32, but I do wish I would have done more of that when I was younger.
Yeah.
100%.
How are you with the ball at your feet? To be fair, goalkeepers normally have excellent touches, number one. That's one thing I can normally say about goalkeepers. But do you feel comfortable playing at the back?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Again, it comes down to, well, obviously confidence in yourself, but then confidence in your teammates as well.
Yeah.
If before the game the manager says, right, we're going to look to play out, everybody has it in their head, you know, this is what we're going to do. So,
but then a lot of that comes down to actually having players who want to help you.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to help you do that.
So you do have them players that pass you the ball back and then will hide behind the striker.
Yeah.
And they hide behind them so that
it has to go.
Yeah, so it has to go now.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go to your Motherwell days.
Yeah.
And you had to go to. No, you didn't have to go. But from my understanding, Charlton actually offered you another deal, and you chose to go to Motherwell. What was the reason behind
that? Yeah, Charlton, they did offer me another deal. I think the end of that season, I played the last 14, 15 games. We lost in the playoff semi-finals, I think, to Swindon.
Yeah.
And there was another goalkeeper there, Rob Elliott, who's at Newcastle now. And he was actually playing at the time. So I only ended up playing because he got injured.
Yeah.
And I just felt that I needed to go somewhere and start off my own career. You know, go somewhere and kind of re-establish my name, because I made my debut at 20, the day after I turned 20 at Liverpool, Anfield away.
Yeah.
And then by the time I left Charlton, I was 23.
Yeah.
But I still haven't played a lot of games in those three seasons since May.
And you had a couple of loan moves as well, didn't you?
Quite a few. I had like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Every other season, I was like, if I wasn't playing or involved, I was knocking on the door saying, "Oh, I want to go on loan."
Yeah. Now we won't talk about Hereford. Well,
yeah. Well, you can if you want.
Okay. What happened at Hereford? Because it was just a big confusion. And to be fair, when I did read up on it again, Alan Pardew, your manager at the time at Charlton, backed you. So what was the whole confusion that happened there?
So basically, there's a retired goalkeeper now who he was coming back from injury at Wolves at the time. His name was Matt Murray. Yeah. The Sky Sports, the presenter and stuff. The manager at the time brought him back into Hereford, and I had been playing. And we had an FA Cup game. I think he signed on a Friday, got into the changing room, and I think the manager said, "Oh, you'll play today, but after this, Matt's going to play whatever else." So in my head, and again, I was young, naive, probably a bit overconfident. Yeah. I was just like, nah, I didn't come here to sit on the bench. I was like, you just come back from injury. I've been playing well. Like, why do I have to sit on the bench? Yeah. So, anyways, called up the goalkeeping coach at the time. He was like, well, actually called him up after I decided. I said, I'm not playing. So the manager's like, "Oh, you're not going to play?" I said, "Nah." He said, "Oh, well, you can pack your bags and go." And I think because I was young, he probably thought I would have backed down and thought, "Oh, okay, I'll stay." Yeah. So I just said, okay. So I walked out, picked up my bag from the changing room, went back to the apartment, literally packed my suitcases, got on the train, and went back to Charlton. So by the time I got back on the train down, I called the goalkeeping coach. He was like, "You fool." He was like, what are you doing? Yeah. So anyways, got back to Charlton, went into Alan Pardew's office. Again, he was like, what you did was wrong, but I'm going to obviously back you. And, fair play to him. He did back me. Okay, cool. So that's actually interesting that he backed you, publicly, but behind closed doors, he was still telling you were wrong. Behind, like obviously what I just said to you, what he said to me was a lot worse. You know what I mean? It was he didn't put it to me nicely. But again, he said, you know, I'll back you, which he did. So again, that was another lesson to me at a young age. You know, not to kind of be so hasty, and it's part of the learning curve as a goalkeeper.
I thought you did it. I thought you did it, so you just didn't want to be cut-tied. And
no, well, funnily enough, I didn't play the FA Cup game. I went back to Charlton, and I was training like just for most of the season. Ended up playing in the FA Cup against Norwich. Away, I think we won 1-0, and then I think it was the next game. No, in training that week, Rob got injured, and then I ended up playing them for the rest of the season. Yeah. So I kind of look back and think, well, maybe that worked in my favour, because it would have been somebody else playing that cup game. Yeah. And then Rob got injured, and then that was it. Yeah, could have been someone else.
Okay, quick question. One of the best goalkeepers for Charlton Athletic. Would you ever sign back for Charlton if you had a chance? It's a bit difficult when they're not in the... Because you probably want to play Premier League, right?
Yeah, I had great times there. You know, spent 7 years there, so it was a massive part of my learning curve. You know, been back there to play a few times. Yeah. But again, you know, you never know. Never say never.
Yeah, never say never. Cool. So Motherwell is where you first, if my notes are correct, you first had European football. What was that like for you?
Well, that was one of the main reasons why I went, is because we had a Champions League qualification football. Yeah. And I think in the 2 seasons we were there, we ended up playing Olympiacos, Copenhagen. I don't know, some team from Norway. I can't remember their name. Yeah. And Levante in Spain.
In Spain, yeah.
Yeah. So that was one of the big reasons why I went. And first season, I think we finished 6th. But the second season, that was when Rangers were going through all their financial trouble.
Yeah, so you ended up qualifying.
Yeah, so we had 2 seasons where we finished 2nd, which is massive for the club. I think we had a cup final there as well. So yeah, great times there.
Was that?
Someone just commented, "Oh, Dents." That was one of the other teams from the qualification.
Oh, Dents. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Would you say Motherwell was where you really took off as a player?
Probably helped me get back to England, back down to the Championship. Again, it was where I was able to build up my reputation as a goalkeeper again.
Yeah.
So,
did you? Because you've got there's a trend that happens with you. Like, you legit finish your contracts. So you finish your contracts and then you move on. So when you went to Birmingham at the end of your contract, was with Motherwell, was that because the goal was always to come back to England and literally just challenge and be a better player?
Yes, just be a better player, be the best that I could be. At the end of obviously Birmingham contract, again, they had offered me another one, but there was interest, you know, from the Premier League. And that's obviously where everybody wants to get to. So you know, it was an opportunity that I couldn't turn down.
You see, when you're playing in like Championship, again, because you're a goalkeeper, like the way I phrase certain questions, it's going to be a bit different. But with an outfield player, you can easily ask them, do you notice a difference in the leagues, you know, in regards to when you're playing or whatnot? But for a goalkeeper, is it still the same? Or does it literally just come down to you still have to just stop shots, basically?
No, probably with players and strikers, they're a lot. Obviously, the higher level you go, the quicker they are kind of up here in what they want to do. and then obviously the quality of the crossing or the finishing is a lot better as well. There's more power and precision in what they do.
Yeah, is there a striker you come up against sometimes where you're going to come up against a striker and just think, you know what, I have to be on point today because it could be very long for me?
Well, there's not one striker in particular, but you come up against like big teams. You definitely know you need to be on point. But again, sometimes that don't always happen. Like,
yeah,
I saw a clip the other day, and I still remember it now when we played. Who did we play? Was it Arsenal? And Alexis Sanchez came through 1-on-1, and he's like, I don't know, I think he pretended to kick the ball.
Yeah.
He like sat me down and then scooped it over me.
That
was the first time like anyone's ever done that. But then again, that just shows the class of the top players, the calmness that he had to do that in training. And then Dimitri Payet ended up doing it, for us against, I can't remember, it might have been Crystal Palace as well.
I can't remember either. That was when Sanchez scored a hat-trick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember them times as well, funny enough, for West Ham, where you were, not you, sorry, but West Ham, I think you lot were struggling them times. And the atmosphere in the new stadium wasn't the greatest. Like, very quickly, before we actually get onto West Ham, what was the atmosphere like for you as a player around about those times playing in that stadium?
In the new stadium?
Yeah, the new one.
Well, I had the last season at the Bowling Ground. The atmosphere is unbelievable. And teams hated coming there to play. And then the first season at the Olympic Stadium, obviously, where you had people who have been kind of sat beside each other singing and whatever else for years, having to move to a new stadium, all separated. They wanted everybody to to sit down and nobody to stand. And I always remember, there was fights between the fans and the stewards, fights between the fans and themselves. And it was just kind of everybody trying to get used to the new stadium and the new layout of the stadium.
Are you privy to that when you're on the pitch, or is it something you just hear about after the fact?
No, sometimes we wouldn't even notice. Someone else would have to point it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's mad. So, question here: who is your footballing inspiration?
Well, growing up, I had 3 goalkeepers. So there were Shea Given, David James, and Peter Schmeichel.
Oh, Shea Given. So what was that like, getting called up? Because obviously you got called up to the Irish squad and Shea Given was there. Yeah. Were you starstruck, or was it just like, whoa, or just business as usual?
No, at first, yeah, I was like, it's like you go from watching someone on the TV then to training with them. And then you're obviously watching them train, you're trying to pick up like little bits and pieces of what does he do that I can take off him, or like what does he do good? You start to study what he does. And then after a while it becomes normal. Once you start speaking and you start having jokes, laughing back and forth, that kind of wow feeling kind of goes out the window.
Yeah. Playing for Ireland, what was that like for you? In terms of the pride and the feeling, everything. What was it like?
It's a cliche. It's like it is like a dream come true. Again, from when you're younger, watching the team play on the telly, then to actually being on the pitch representing your country.
Yeah.
It's massive. It's massive. Yeah. Like so much pride in actually being able to do that.
I want to ask you about Martin O'Neill and Roy Keane, but I'm actually going to ask about Trapattoni. You played on the Trapattoni, right?
Yeah.
What was he like? Because he comes across as one that doesn't really talk, but I can imagine behind closed. This is just what I formulated in my head. He's probably got a temper on him.
He didn't really speak that much English, to be honest. He was very calm, very relaxed. like really quietly spoken, but he didn't really speak the best English.
Yeah.
So he used to have like the goalkeeping coach try and translate, his messages and what exactly he was trying to get across to the players. He didn't even always get people's names right. He'd be calling people by their wrong names. But I think he knew what our strengths and weaknesses were, and he ended up getting us to the Euros. Now I wasn't involved in. I didn't go to that Euros, but he still managed to get the team to the Euros.
You went to the 2016?
2016 in France, yeah.
Yeah. What was that like for you? Major tournament.
It's surreal. Surreal. Like, obviously, you get there and then you're seeing all the videos, social media, of the fans and everyone celebrating and everything else, but you see a totally different side from being in the hotel and being the player and going to just going training really.
Yeah.
But again, then to play in the games, and our group was Italy, Belgium, Sweden, and us.
Yeah.
So obviously, I think before we were obviously favourites to finish bottom, but we ended up beating Italy in the last game. I think 1-0 to qualify from the group.
Brady.
Yeah, Robbie Brady. Yeah.
Yeah, and Belgium. I remember that game actually. 3-0.
Yeah.
3-0. I remember
they were decent.
Yeah. At what point do you get the nod from the manager to say that, look, you're number one?
Probably under Martin O'Neill. I never really felt that. Always felt like you needed to perform, and he would never give the team away until you actually get to the changing room. So I was always kind of had that nervous wait in the changing room beforehand when he's reading out the team. I'm just waiting to hear my name. Even
though you've literally just played the last game, you still get that feeling like.
Yeah.
Wow. What was Roy Keane like? Let me just touch on this Roy Keane because I've seen people ask me to ask you what Roy Keane was like. So he comes across as very militant and like no BS. No games, but is he actually like that?
He can be, but then you catch him, around the hotel, wherever else. He's actually quite funny. He got some good little one-liners. But when it's time to train, it's time to train. He wants everything done, 100%.
Yeah.
No mistakes, and he wants everything done at a high tempo. Probably how he was used to training and playing when he was at Man United.
So when you see him on Sky Sports and everything, and he's this guy that there's always one video flying around of Roy Keane. When you see him, do you just laugh to yourself? Just this is just what he's like.
Yeah, I have a laugh, but I know that's him because he would say whatever was on his mind either before a game, at halftime, after a game, or during training.
Yeah.
So that is him.
And like you say, everyone expected you in those Euros to finish bottom of the group, but the standards come from the management. And do you feel like his high standards that he sets and Martin O'Neill's literally is what drove you lot on to actually do better than most people thought you would actually do?
Probably, yeah. And then we're known for having a good team spirit. We did have a good group of players.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there probably was a little bit of fear. You don't want to let people down.
Yeah.
Or let them down. Sorry.
So, cool. So, question: what's your favourite moment for Ireland?
Favourite moment? I wouldn't have one. Obviously, debut being one. Coming on against Germany would be another one.
Yeah.
Beating Bosnia in the playoffs to qualify for the Euros would be another. The Euros itself would be another one.
Yeah.
And then probably when we played Wales away in Cardiff,
Yeah.
And we won 1-0, and James McLean scored.
Yeah, no, that's big. Okay, so back to your club. You leave Birmingham, you go on to West Ham, and obviously West Ham are in the Premier League these times.
Mm-hmm.
So do you, in your mind, you're leaving Birmingham, first choice goalkeeper, going into West Ham in the Premier League, is there a thing, because you're a goalkeeper and only one of you can play at the time, is it a thing of, you know what, I might actually be a backup goalkeeper here, but I'll just fight and then see how it goes? Or are you going there in your mind to be like, I'm number one?
No, I knew I'd go there as a number 2. But again, I had faith in myself that I would be able to go there and push and push and push. And obviously being second choice, you know, you're close, like an injury or a couple of bad games away from playing. So I definitely back myself.
Yeah. As a goalkeeper though, are you sitting on the bench sometimes? And then when the whoever's playing makes an absolute howler, in your mind, obviously you want the team to win.
Yeah.
But in the back of your mind, are you also thinking about, oh yeah, that's a good one. I might be in there. I might be in with a shot.
No. Because you know the feeling as a goalkeeper when you make a mistake. So at the same time, that never enters my head, because we work together as well on a daily basis. You get to know people, pretty well.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, I'm like, I feel more sorry for the goalkeeper, because more than likely I've been in that situation before. Plus, like, as you said, you want to win, so
yeah,
kind of thinking, oh, please, just let's get back in the game and win it.
Can you like remember your worst like howler?
My worst one?
Yeah.
Probably had. I'm trying to think of one from each club. One for probably West Ham when we played Liverpool away, where there was like a cross that come in. I've dropped the cross behind me, and then Origi's tapped it in.
Yeah.
I think I had one from Middlesbrough. There was a pass back, and I come running out. I kick it off my own defender. It's gone in.
Yeah.
Birmingham.
What's it like for you though? Like in that moment, it's not like normally if a goal goes in, if someone hits an absolute worldie top bins, you can't do anything about it. Cool. But when you make something that should be bread and butter, and as a goalkeeper, you're going to get punished more than if a striker misses a chance. At that moment, the whole world's looking at you, fingers pointing. What is it like for you? Are you just like, you know what? Let me just everyone just take it and then we just move, or are you able to actually just move on from it?
Nah, you just move on.
The
longer you're in the game, like mistakes happen. As you said, if you're a goalkeeper, you make a mistake, you're going to get punished. So, I love your trim. As a goalkeeper, you're going to get punished more often than not. So, unfortunately, it happens. It's just, you just forget about it and move on.
Yeah. Your best save for Middlesbrough is the free kick against Leeds. Do you actually remember that save, actually? Do you remember that save?
Free kick against who?
Leeds.
Leeds or Hull?
No, Leeds.
I can't remember one against Leeds. I remember one against Hull. Hull City. I can't remember one against Leeds.
No, that was a worldie. But I was looking at some of your YouTube clips, actually, funny enough.
Yeah.
And some of the saves you make, mate.
Yeah.
And looking back, for a big guy, you were quite
deceptively agile.
Yeah. Mate. What did it feel like when you passed that long ball for Shane Long to score? Is that your only assist?
Well,
you should have had a couple more.
I've probably had a couple more, but that's the only one I can remember. Probably just because of the stage, the big stage it was on.
Yeah.
So at the time, I think it's probably one of the only few times I've actually celebrated after like we've scored a goal. But normally I don't celebrate. I'm thinking, right, concentrate, don't let the other team come up the other end and score, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's because we were playing like Germany, the world champions. We were at home. Obviously, we needed the win. And again, it was an assist from me that went straight through, and he scored.
Yeah.
So that's still
a good memory.
Yeah.
Who were you fighting for the number 1 jersey for? The first time was at West Ham. Was it Adrian?
Adrian, yeah.
It's funny, he's gone on to bloody win Champions League.
He's done very, very well for himself.
Yeah.
Very well for himself.
So you came into the team, you started playing, was it your second or third season where you actually got a run of games towards the end of the season?
I got run, well, when I first arrived, after a couple of games, Adrian got sent off, so I played 3 games.
Yeah.
Lost one, drew 1-2, and then end of that season got a few more. Games.
Sorry, with West Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my second season, I got a run of games, kind of just before Christmas, all the way to the end.
So because when Middlesbrough came in for you, you were actually playing. Do you know what I mean? So what was the thinking behind Middlesbrough, like the Middlesbrough move?
Well, basically, I was been told by the manager at West Ham at the time that I think they're bringing in Joe Hart, and he was gonna play, and obviously I'll be number 2. But obviously I wanted to keep playing. We still had qualification for the Irish team. I think it was for the World Cup at that stage. I think. Was it the World Cup? No, it was for the Euros.
Euros, yeah.
Yeah,
before the Middlesbrough.
I didn't want to lose my spot. So, I'm lying. It was for the World Cup because I went to the Euros while at West Ham. But
when it 2016, 20? Oh, Middlesbrough. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
So I think with Middlesbrough just going back down, I looked at their squad and I thought, yeah, definitely going back up. You know, go there, play. You know, it'll be a dream. Go there, get them back to the Premier League, and then I'm back where I want to be. Yeah.
At Middlesbrough, first season you reached playoffs.
Yeah, first season.
And you lost to
Villa in the semi-final.
Yeah.
1-0 over both.
Yeah.
Both legs. And the second season missed out by a point to I think it was Derby County.
Yeah, you finished a place outside of the playoffs.
Yeah.
What was that like? Because even when I'm watching, funny enough, I've been watching the Sunderland Till I Die.
Yeah.
I've been watching that, and you see behind the doors what it means when, like, to the club when they miss out on the playoffs. Like, for you, when you're in the playoffs and, you know, you lose to, let's say, Villa, what is it like for you guys, like, sitting there after? Is it like we go again, or do you start replaying all the points throughout the season where you drop?
You go back automatically. You go back to different games and points you've dropped and everything else. Because once you're in the playoffs, you can't help but start thinking about other teams that have gone up through the playoffs and the journeys they've gone on. You know what I mean? And then how good it would be to get promoted through the playoffs.
Yeah.
So yeah, naturally, you know, you start going back to the games where you drop points that you shouldn't have. And then maybe you would have finished a place higher and you would have drawn a different team. Results could have been different.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. It's only natural.
Yeah. From that Middlesbrough team in that first season, or even the second season, was there a player you look at and you think, this guy is the truth, mate? Like, who was a really good player from your Middlesbrough days?
Well, straight away, I'm going to say Adama, Traore. Like, as soon as I arrived, I've never seen like I've never seen a player like him. Like it was his speed and his strength.
Yeah.
And you know, when we got to the playoffs, our strategy was give it to Adama.
Yeah, just something will happen.
Yeah, and just let him run. And there's a lot of times where we'd be defending, we give him the ball, he'd take off running, and then he'd have to stop and wait for people to try and catch him up.
Yeah.
Or he'd try and go alone.
Yeah, it's funny. I had Lascelles on here last week, and he was talking about Saint Maximin.
Yeah.
And then it got me thinking, like, who do you think would win in a race out of them two? Saint Maximin and Adama Traore.
I'm saying Adama. I've never seen anybody like it.
Nah. Absolute machine.
Because we used to have, even at Middlesbrough, we used to have Darren Campbell come in and do like running mechanics with some of the players. And he was working on like Adama's running technique and stuff. And he was like, he's sprinter quick, like 100-meter sprinter quick.
Yeah.
So,
you guys in the comments, very quickly while we go on, let me know who you guys think would win in a race out of Saint Maximin and Adama Traore. But while they're doing that, shout out Noobs. Best striker of a ball you faced.
The best striker of a ball I've faced. I'm just gonna say Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. And I don't know if it was because I was probably only 16, 17 at the time. Oh, the pace he used to hit the ball at, or ball with. Yeah. And yeah, probably him. Yeah,
when he hits them, they stay hit.
Yeah.
Like
if he catches them, if he caught one like flush. And sometimes, like if depending on how far away he is, if you haven't got time to put your hands in the way, obviously you let it hit your chest. And you try and firm it like it didn't hurt. But inside, you're thinking, oh man, like, I need like change, like another keeper come in.
Yeah,
I need a few seconds.
You're from the old school, keepers. You catch it. Everyone refers to you as safe hands. When you see these like the new age kind of keepers, or it's not even new age. I would say it's keepers who are probably coming from abroad, and they punch a lot of these balls out. Do you ever look at it and just think, why didn't you just catch that? Or as a goalkeeper, are you able to just be there and be like, you know what, I understand why you punched that? Could you? I look at it and I'll be like, why are you punching
that? Nah, I can see why. I can see why people will punch and parry, because you don't want to take the risk of trying to catch something, like catch a high ball amongst bodies, and then, someone knocks your arm.
Yeah.
And the ball drops down and someone taps it in. So the safer thing to do would be to punch it away. Unless it's really, really obvious and nobody's around.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I can see why people would punch or parry, and there's less risk.
Yeah. Now, one of the best things I love when a keeper does, when you're winning, catch it and just go lay on the floor.
Fall on the floor. Yeah. Classic time waster.
Yeah. Do you ever do it and then it's just so delayed and you just spend so long on the floor that you're just thinking, yeah, I might get a booking here, mate.
Yeah, you do. And obviously you still have like the 6-second rule, but it never really crosses your mind when you're doing it.
I don't think I've ever seen someone like a keeper get pulled up for that 6-second rule,
Nah, you get given a few, and then eventually the referee, he'll shout to you, say, be a bit quicker or else I'm gonna penalise you. So kind of count to 8 seconds in your head, and then you're good.
Yeah.
Don't pay the extra couple of seconds.
Okay, question. Who was the best player you've played with?
Best player I played with? Yeah, Dimitri Payet. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to find another question for you.
Obviously, Dicko's gone cough. So I'm gonna after that. It's gotta be Dicko.
Leave it, Dicko.
Goals never done.
There he is. That was from Charlton. You not playing together at Charlton? Were you together at Charlton?
Who? Me and Dicko?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thought so. Shout out Dicko every time. Okay, So where am I now? Okay, so Middlesbrough, you know, they missed out on playoffs, and after the second season of missing out on playoffs, does it become a thing of now where you're just like, is this us? Is this what's going to happen? Or is it just about renewing your thinking?
You think, well, naturally you think, is it going to happen? But then you're looking to think, right, where can we strengthen for next season? Obviously, after 2 years at Middlesbrough, or when you get relegated, the parachute payments stop.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't keep going spending money on people. You need obviously try and like balance the books off and everything else.
Yeah. Was that a contributing factor to you eventually going back to West Ham?
What, for them to balance the books?
Yeah.
Not just a chance to get back to the Premier League, and you know, it was probably more so luck in the fact that I think Fabianski had just come back from an injury.
Yeah.
And I remember watching the game. They played Sheffield United away, and he kicked the ball and had to come off injured again. And that's how the move actually, you know, came through.
How did that move like materialize? Like how soon before the move, or how long before the move did you actually know? You know what? I'm probably going to end up at West Ham.
Well, I knew there was interest, but whether it happened in January or not, I didn't know, because I didn't know if Middlesbrough would let me go. And then again, it's rare for a keeper to move in the January window. Obviously, normally people want strikers or defenders, or you know, an attacking some form of attacking player. So yeah, I wasn't too sure if it was even going to happen.
Yeah. Who do you think? Just a question about that. Who do you think might eventually inherit the number 1 jersey from you for the Irish team?
I don't know. To be fair, there's a few decent young goalkeepers out there. Obviously, the last couple of squads, but Kieran O'Hara and Mark Travers. Mark Travers at Bournemouth. Kieran O'Hara's on loan at Burton Albion from Man United. Got Queeveen Kelleher, who's at Liverpool.
Yeah.
He's already got a Champions League medal before he's 20. Yeah. Got another young one at Man City called Gavin Bazuna. So there's quite a few. So I guess it's just a space we just have to watch and see once everyone gets out there and starts playing.
And this current West Ham crop, who in this current team would you say is like you guys is like match winner?
What, for West Ham?
Yeah, for West Ham right now.
Well, probably the main player we rely on now is probably Mikel Antonio. You know, we need him to be our focal point, really. He can single-handedly, you know, win you a game and just cause murders for other defenses.
Shall I tell you who I really like from West Ham actually? I do like Lanzini a lot.
Yeah.
I do like Lanzini. I don't know what's happened. I know he had that injury.
Yeah, well, Manu is unlucky. You know, he got in the Argentinian squad, and then obviously
that injury happened, didn't it?
Did his cruise ship, and then came back, and then obviously then he broke his collarbone.
He broke his collarbone as well.
Yeah. He's got a guy there. He broke his collarbone, so he needed that. He needed obviously surgery on that. But I'm trying to think as well, on top of Mikel, actually I'm going to say probably need Declan Rice to perform as well. For as young as he is, we need him every week to perform.
Yeah. Can you see Declan Rice going straight to the top?
Yeah, I can do.
You can?
100%. Oh, yeah. Like the Declan Rice that I've seen now since I've come back from when I left before, like the change is phenomenal.
Yeah, it does seem that there's a lot of not pressure. Yeah, like a lot of pressure on him because he's so young, but he plays every game, and you know, like you said, you do look to him a lot to actually be on it.
And that can be, sometimes that's to players' own detriment. You know, if you do have a string of high quality performances, that's the standard people hold you to.
Yeah.
So therefore, you need to stay in and around them standards. And if you don't, and you slip off them standards, then obviously that's when people get on your back.
Yeah. Someone is asked this question, and I'll say why I'm asking you in a sec. How vital is Mark Noble in and around the team?
Nobes is huge. On the pitch, off the pitch, you know the club inside out.
Yeah.
And again, he's another one that people will look to. You know, like as a team, you have them days where, you know, it's just not going well, and passes aren't going where they want to, and people's touches, you know, aren't there. But again, he's always one of them players that wants the ball and will always try and get things going, get things moving.
Yeah. Who's that? No, forget that one. I'm going to ask this question, but when you look at goalkeeper night in that world football, which goalkeeper to you stands out and where you like, wow, this keeper is absolutely unreal?
At the minute, gonna say Ter Stegen probably. They're the easy ones because they're at the best teams. But then also you look at, you know, the times where, or saves that they've made, you know, if it's been 0-0 and then their team's gone on to win.
Yeah.
Arguably, yeah, they're the best team. So maybe they would have gone and won anyway if they were to go 1-0 down. But probably, or actually, I'll probably say Jan Oblak. He's up there as well. Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Jan Oblak's up there. Yeah.
Do you look at like young up and coming keepers? Like you know like the way we look at young players coming through. Like, do you have an eye out for like young keepers who are up and coming?
Yeah, I would have done. Especially when I was in the Championship, if you've got different keepers coming on loan from Premier League clubs, or they've been given a chance somewhere.
Okay, we've got less than 2 minutes remaining on this.
All right. Well, I'll just say a quick one. Like when I was in the Championship, one of the keepers that I did look out for, and you know was wondering how he got on was Dean Henderson, and he's just kicked on again to another level. You know,
is that the Sheffield United one?
Sheffield United goalkeeper. Yeah, he's on loan. He's on loan from Man United. So
yeah.
You know, he's kicked on and he's again excelled having a great season in the Prem.
Love that. But yeah, there's literally 1 minute 22. So everyone that had other questions, I've literally got 24 questions here, sorry. But yeah, no, this has been good. I hope you've had fun.
I've enjoyed it.
Thank you for joining us. Guys, we got our next Daps Can Chat soon. You know, just stay locked in. But Darren, all the best during this quarantine time.
You too. Stay safe. And
I look forward to seeing you back out there. And yeah, so Darren, in a bit. Thank you very much, man.
Daps, top man. Speak soon. Man. Take it easy. Stay safe.
See you, mate.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, yeah, everyone, thank you for locking in. I now have 30 seconds left. So thank you guys for joining in. It's been a good one. We will be back with a very special Daps Can Chat later on this week. I might just release the details for that one tomorrow. So stay tuned to see who it is. And everyone, don't forget to follow me to keep updated and everything. So yeah, guys, until next time, bye.